Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new, my name is Rachel. It is so good to have you here. Kindly subscribe to join the family. Thank you guys. Wow. Oh my god. So in this video we're going to be looking at the Slim Kim situation. There's this lady on TikTok who goes by the name Slim Kim, right? So she posted a video talking about how her favorite thing in the world is being skinny, like being slim. You can actually tell from her name, like she bears Slim Kim. It means she's actually very proud of being slim, which, well, let's hear from her and then we'll come back and see what other people have got to say about this, because ever since she posted that video there's been a buzz about that, a lot of backlash, a lot of controversy. So we're going to look at a few of the videos while I tell you guys what I think about it. So let's hear from her.
My favorite thing to be is skinny. And I fear you cannot say that out loud, but it is my favorite thing to be, and it is my favorite fear to not be. And this is just for me personally. This is all personal to me. But I just wanted to say it out loud because honestly, it's all I think about. It's all I think about.
So that's Slim Kim there telling us what her favorite thing in the world is and how that's all she thinks about. So what do you think about this? Don't let us know in the comment section. Let's hear what other people have to say about it, and I'll be back to tell you all what I think about this.
I have to get on and give my 2 cents on Slim Kim and the uproar of the ladies on TikTok recently. Slim Kim came on and said her favorite thing is being thin. Now, I've seen a lot of hot takes where people are saying, oh, she said this is her whole personality. I watched the original, I liked it, I moved on. Because sometimes being skinny is the outfit, sometimes being skinny is the vibe of whatever an event is. And I've been both, heavier for my frame and thin feels better for me. Now, I'm not saying I'm very thin like Kim is. She is a very slender black woman. However, my response is to everyone who is on her neck, which is crazy to me because you see mukbangs and people consuming 20,000 calories in one sitting and nobody bats an eye. They might talk about, oh, you big, this, and that, but they're not literally insulting, oh, she must not have a personality, this must be the only good thing about her, like they're coming for Kim, saying being thin is her favorite. And somebody said, oh, there should be representation in all areas, which I agree. You want to see thin black folks just as often as you want to see some heavier ones. Representation matters, but at the end of the day, obesity is linked to the #1 causes of death in our African American communities, including cardiovascular disease, blood clots, hypertension, which falls under cardiovascular, but hypertension leading to strokes, leading to all these other things which are entirely preventable. Diabetes, those things generally are not associated with being thin. I'm not talking about anorexic. You have to be so committed and have such a devastating eating disorder to get to the BMI that is diagnostic for anorexia. That is not what we're talking about. We're just talking about being skinny. And generally, by today's society standards, skinny, if you look at somebody and say, oh, they're skinny, they're probably in a normal range of a BMI, which is like 18 to 22. 18 is skinny. 17 is a little too far. But what I'm saying is we're coming at her throat for saying that she likes being skinny, but we're allowing obesity to run rampant on our social media timelines, in our families, in ourselves. Let's clock that first before we talk about somebody preferring to be skinny, which is healthy.
My favorite thing to be is skinny. Why wouldn't it be? It's the only thing women have learned from the media, fashion, and the wellness industry that profits off of our insecurity. I'm not here to say that you should be one size or another. I am 5'2", and there's a certain size and weight that I feel most comfortable that allows me to be active and do the things that I want to do. The criticism here is that you're not saying the whole story. Why? Why is your favorite thing to be is skinny? Where does that belief come from, and who does it serve the most? We need to understand this, that going against the grain, going against what the patriarchy and what capitalism and what the advertising industry has told us since the day we were born takes a great amount of courage, consciousness, of self-awareness. The issue with something like this, it reduces identity, and it only supports current systems of oppression that already exist. And we ask ourselves why kids are the way they are, why they vote the way they do. They're not like us when we were that age. Are we being the best role models? That's also a question that we should invite into the conversation.
So it's a creator on here, and her name is Slim Kim, and she made a video talking about how she loves being skinny bad. Like, she needs it. And there's a lot of discourse going on. Depending on what side of TikTok you're on, there's a lot of discourse about, whether what she said was right, what she said was fair. Like, people have a bunch of opinions on it. And I just want to say, child, don't let that mental cage catch you like a rat on the highway, okay?
Really?
Don't let that mental cage, let me say it again, catch you like a rat on the highway. She can have her feelings, right? Has nothing to do with me. In fact, I think that there's nothing that she's saying that is revolutionary, right? Being skinny comes with privileges in society. Being white comes with privileges in society. Being racially ambiguous comes with privileges in society. We know this, we are aware. Stop letting that cage entrap you. We know it. You know the physical body that you are in. You see the physical space that you take up. Focus on that. Focus on that. Focus on being in that space. Focus on looking at your body, being content with your body, being appreciative of your body, and choosing to love it every single day. Find something about yourself that you like, even just one thing to start with, and then go from there. To continuously keep looking around talking about how trying to find the mold that you have to fit in order to be a functioning member of society, in order to be an appreciative, like, I need us to not do this. I need us to not do this, because how we are walking into cages, mental cages, and not, you can see it, but you're not seeing it. Or am I making sense? Like, please, her feelings, her wants, her desires, they are, I'm sure, justified by her life experience, by society. Okay, let's not act like there's privilege in many realms and circles. Like, please, I don't even have time to break it down. I'm not even here to talk about all of the vocabulary I can pull out to discuss the systems of oppression. No, I'm literally just here to say, let what she said be what she said. It doesn't have to shift anything about how you view yourself and how you value yourself. It shouldn't, actually. I'm here to yell at you and tell you that it should not. It should not. I understand and recognize that there are systems in place to hurt, oppress, deny service to people who are not a size zero. Like, I understand that. I fully understand that. Still, I'm saying, choose to love yourself. Choose to block out noise that feels like it'll be detrimental to your mental health, how you sustain your body. Girl, make a choice, especially if you've grown. Make a choice. It's not everyday discourse. It's not every day you have to be, let in. And she can have her feelings. I truly believe that if that is what she desires, me personally, every day I wake up and I want to be a stallion. I am, thankfully. But I want to be a stallion and say, oh, thick and fine, like wine. But that's me. And there's nothing that an outside force can come and tell me about my body, because I have made a choice to actively love it, to actively appreciate it, to see the value. So you can't tell me shit. And I encourage you to feel the same about yourself. Please. Watch a queen get cage. Please. Do you realize that your body is not a trend? Oh, your body is not a trend. That is the physical space that you are going to be in until the day that you die. Learn to love it, ho. Or at least appreciate her. Have something unshakable about you. I'm being so deadly serious. Stop letting trends and things that are coming in, BBL this, skinny body that, stop letting that permeate into you to the point where it's shaking you. You have nothing to stand on. Can you have some like, what is the word for that? Girl, just be unshakable. What does it matter what is trending? Aren't you the shit regardless? Right.
So I've been seeing the whole Slim Kim topic and her saying that she loves being skinny, and she said like it's her best or favorite status symbol or something, and like people are saying, oh, life is better when you're skinny, and people treat you better, and like blah 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 blah, right? This has started a whole conversation. I don't mind that people are saying these things. That's your life experience, so you can talk about your own experience. What I have a problem with is people are not discussing this with care. They're just saying these words of how life is better when you're thin and people treat you different, and there's no care with how they're saying it. We have young people on this app, young girls on this app. 21 is young. If we have a 21-year-old girl and we see her with a 30-something-year-old man, we're like, girl, get away from him. He's manipulating you because your frontal lobe is not fully developed. Yeah. So saying certain things and putting that information out there with no tact, no care on how you're saying it, you could be speaking to people who their frontal lobe is not fully developed. I come from a time when girls wanted to be double zeros. Jessica Simpson was like a 5 or 6 and they was telling her she's fat. I know, okay, all about the stress of wanting to be thin. And it's never going to go away. The society wants you to be thin. And I feel like we have to talk about that subject with care, because people will kill themselves to be thin. They'll be in the gym for hours. They're not really getting into nutrition like they're supposed to. They're going to get teas and this and that to like lose weight. And that's the only issue that I have with it, is that the people that I have seen speaking on this are not speaking on it from a place of compassion and care and empathy, and like making sure that they don't put out a toxic message that's going to affect a young girl. We have to remember these young girls have it 10 times worse than us because they have social media. They're seeing everything at a higher rate, and they have access to things that we didn't have access to, as far as like weight loss drugs. So that's my only take on it. Like, everybody, you're allowed to speak on it, but speak on it with a little bit of care. Think about if you had a little sister or whatever. You would not want her hearing, oh, everybody treats me better because I'm thin. And she's 10 pounds overweight, or she thinks she's overweight, and she's going to damn near kill herself to lose 10 pounds.
If you're fat, you're fat. How are y'all mad at Slim Kim for saying her favorite thing to be is skinny? Me too. Like, never want to be big. I remember literally saying, dang, I've always been built like a track star. I wish I had a little bit of weight on me so I could be one of them girls in the gym that went from like a big old tumbling weight to something skinny. You have something to look forward to. I remember I said that. Then I started to realize, oh my gosh, trying to lose weight is harder than putting it on. Hell no. I do not want to know what it feels like to be walking and to be out of breath. I don't want to know what it's like to have to pick up skin to shower. I don't want to know what it's like to be so big that when I'm walking, it look like I'm knock-kneed. I don't want that. Neither does Slim Kim. She never said anything about big people, but big people are taking offense to it. Sounds like the shoe fit. People love this, oh, you're being fat phobic. She never said anything about fat people. She just said she loved being slim. Duh. People treat you a little bit better when you smaller. Hello, somebody. They do. And being big don't mean that you're unhealthy, right? That's just not the look that she wants. Neither do I. And a lot of us don't want that look, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't rather be small and healthy rather than big and healthy adult. That's a lot to carry around.
Okay, I was very apprehensive about talking about this, but I feel like there's a take here that nobody is necessarily touching on. So let's get into it. Now, I watched this video very meticulously because I needed to make sure that I was hearing her exactly how she said it, and not through the lens of my security or lack thereof. I wanted to make sure that I took it for exactly how she said it. Now, everybody's having discourse about the fact that she said her favorite thing about herself is that she's skinny, which she started the argument by saying that this is personal to her. Personal to her, which I feel like is getting over a lot of people's heads because they're making it personal to them. But that's called projection. That has nothing to do with you. It was never about you. Now, the part that I think is really going over people's heads is when she said that that's all she thinks about. Because that's the problem in retrospect to the fact that she proclaimed that being skinny is her favorite thing, which is not a problem because that was a personal statement and it has nothing to do with anybody but herself. And if anybody feels a way about that, that's based off of their insecurity. Now, her saying that's all she thinks about is what alarmed me because then it's like, that's not all you should think about. It's okay to say that you have a favorite thing about yourself. My favorite thing about myself is my face. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this face, but it's not all I think about. But somehow, some way, I feel like the internet has this way of ridding us of the concept that we can watch something and engage in something and it not be wrong just because we cannot relate to it. So in conclusion, if you're going to be alarmed about anything, be alarmed about the fact that she said that's all she thinks about and that that's not how you should live your life, rather than the fact that she just said she likes being skinny. And she never said you shouldn't be fat or that you can't be fat or that something's wrong with you. She said she likes being skinny. And if you don't like you, then that's a you problem. And she never said anything about you, but she was talking about her. Being skinny is also not a personality trait. So please, there's enough on the internet. Relax. Bye.
Okay. That's how much I can take on the people's reaction. Like, there is a lot. If you want to see more of that, you can just go search Slim Kim on TikTok or on YouTube. You're going to see a lot. Right, so what do I think? Well, first tell me what you think down in the comment section. I would love to know. Right, what do I think? Personally, like I said, personally, personally, I see absolutely nothing wrong with what she said because she said it is personal to her, right? Like the last speaker said, it is personal to her. Personal to her. This has nothing to do about you. It has nothing to do about you. I get it. Like right now, I'm just getting to become conscious of the thin privilege, white privilege, that, and all that. Like for me, the kind of person that I am, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I am not thin, I am not fat, I'm just somewhere in the middle. But all that matters to me is me. It is me. And this thing the society is doing right now, like trying to shut people up and not letting people say what they feel, I don't know where it's going to lead us. Like I know the next generation, everyone is right here on the internet. We should be careful what we say or what we do, but there is a lot of work to be done at home, in the home front. Don't let your kids come to the internet to learn what they should have learned at home. Teach your children to love themselves. Teach them self-love. Right here in the home, in your house, love your kids. Like love your kids. Teach them what love is. That way they don't go looking for love outside. They don't go looking for validation outside because they are grounded. There is a lot of work to do at home. Moms, dads, get off the internet and do what you got to do in your house. Build your kids, build your children. Enough of, oh, our kids are on the internet. Oh, our kids, they shouldn't be on the internet. Take the phones away from them until you know they are mature enough to come to the internet to consume what the social media is feeding them. Yes, Take them off the internet. Take the phone away from them. Yes, this is what I think. Slim Kim has said nothing wrong. She said exactly what her favorite thing in the world is, and that is what she thinks. That is what her favorite thing in the world is. You see, fat people are free to come and say, oh, I love being fat, I love being big, oh, big, bold and beautiful. But slim people cannot come out and say, oh, I am skinny and I love it. Like, what are we doing to slim people? Yesterday I recorded a video of what are we doing to white people. Just the way white people cannot come out and say, oh, I love being white, I love, but black people like me can come out and say, oh, black is beautiful, black is this, black is that. Like, what is going on? Can we just focus on humanity and not whether you're big or small, not whether you're fair or you're black, and not whether you're tall or short? Human. Empathy, you guys. Empathy and not judgment. At the end of the day, I keep saying this, we are all humans, and that is what that matters. We are all humans, and that's all that matters. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what the buzz is. I don't get what the outrage. I don't get what the backlash. I don't get it. I don't get it. Love yourself. Be confident in yourself. Appreciate yourself. And do not care about what anybody has to say about themselves or even about you. But funnily, guys, she never made it about you. Her video was never about you. She said it was personal to her, and that is what she thinks about all day, all night, forever, her entire life. That is what she has been thinking about, and that's her business. Really, I have what I'm thinking about. I have a lot going on in my head. I love myself the way I am, and that is what matters. I'm not all there talking about or thinking about being slim or being thin or being fat. Or I have the favorite part of myself, of my body. Like we used to say in secondary school, your selling points. We all know what our selling points are, and for Slim Kim, it is being thin, it is being skinny, right? Yeah. I know someone on TikTok, right here on TikTok, who sells fat tea, like teas to make you go fat, like weight gain, yeah, weight gain teas, weight gain food, weight gain recipes. People are right here selling these things to us, and we are buying them. But when people come and talk about how they love being slim and how they love being skinny, we get offended. I mean, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Empathy, you guys. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please tell me what you think in the comments. Subscribe. I'll see you all in another one. Bye. Bye, guys.